Welcome in, sim racing fans, to another exciting round of West Coast sim racing action. Tonight we trade horsepower for handling. These Toyota GR86s are going to take on the winding and technical challenge that is Sonoma Raceway, using the NASCAR long layout here tonight. One of 5 different layouts to choose from, but the best. This shortened configuration skips the carousel and funnels these drivers straight into that high-speed, high-risk section. You better have some bravery on the brakes, and it's going to punish even the slightest mistakes. Of course, welcome in here, Stam Studio Network. My name is Sean Stam. Let's get this party started here. Let us know your race picks early on here tonight as we take a look at the race info here tonight. Got 12 turns from this 2.5 mile speedway. Excellent weather for racing. Could not beat it here up in the wine country of Sonoma, California. 67 degrees Fahrenheit, sitting at an altitude of 18 feet. This is a home track here for the West Coast sim racing. Lots of these drivers, at least the league owner as well. Best of luck here to Unite drivers as you see the top right side of your screen. Make sure you vote for Nico Colby there, YouthAthleteOfTheYear.org. He is still up in the running. I say up in the running. He is one of the front runners in the running right now. Alrighty, we'll take a look at the starting grid here in a few moments' time as we will continue to wait until qualifying just about rounds out here. Welcome in here, Stam Studio Network. My name's Sean Stam. Before we get things started, make sure you click that gear. It's going to be either in the top right or top left, bottom right of your screen. Wherever it might be, it depends on what you're watching on. You can bump this broadcast up to 1440p here tonight. Make sure you do that. Possibly even see the whites of these drivers' eyeballs as they head down and into turn number 11, out of turn 12, and back into the start-finish straight. Also, before we do get started, those sponsors and affiliates up there in the top right of the screen that every single week make this all possible. If you're ever down here, just around Austin, Texas, right outside of it, Cotton Bowl Speedway, 3/8 dirt mile track there. Mary Ann, also H. Nauman. Guys do a great job there. Not only Practret, but as well as the whole race weekend there. Keep it up. We also got live YouTube land popping off here tonight. We got Moonlight Dancer in. Terry is in here. There's the Milena Colby. Remember, just a week ago, Milena Colby took away the win there in the fight for the YouTube chat, first, second, and third. She made out here tonight. MD as well. Welcome in, welcome in. We will take a look at the qualifying results here about 30 seconds time before we do, of course, have the live driver cams. Stone, Colby, Slater, Noah Blackwell, newer driver camera here tonight. These drivers all just waiting for this thing to all kick off. Speaking of Slater, though, a week ago they're from Virginia International. Okay, I might have to tone the exposure down there on old Slater's game. Anyways, Slater a week ago came away with the race win. Stone there, that was the bottom camera. He came away with P2. Our pole sitter. Oh, pole sitter. Slater's going to steal the pole from Marvin Samayoa there last second. Marvin a week ago came away P3. Marvin fastest in practice, sits P2 here tonight as finally we can take a look at the qualifying results. There we see it. Slater Colby there with a 144.181. Marvin Samayoa, fastest in practice, only 1/10 of a second there behind Slater Colby. Stone Colby starts right behind his twin brother. How about Nico Colby right beside his big brother? Triple Colby action up here in the front 2 rows. Daniel Higgins, Paul Newton, Joe Rainey, Noah Blackwell there for NJBDesigns.com Racing. Almost a second back from the pole time there, but he'll start P8. Benjamin Forehand, Daniel Parmalee, Warren Johnson, Brandon Birch rounding at the top 12. Darren Colby, Brian Reyes for Green Phantom Motorsports. They're out of the University of Texas at Austin. Will start there for P14. Andreas Profana, Christian Gonzalez, and Andreas Pranfolk rounding out the 17 driver grid here tonight. Before we do get started, we have to take a look at some points here as we take a look at the straightaway there at the back there behind the screen. Okay, well, I'll talk about the points here as these drivers finally get rolling here. It's a short pace lap, so we don't really have too much time to talk about them, but I'll try and get that pulled up here before we get started. Hang on here. Where is it? Where is it? Here we go. Okay, so the reason I wanted to bring this up is Stone and Slater both sit top 3 in the points, but Thiago P. de Lima, there sits Sandus right between those two drivers, 10 points behind. Marvin Samayoa, Daniel Higgins, Nico Colby, Joe Rainey, Brandon Birch, Matt Benton, and Jake Steckler rounding out the top 10. Here we go through turn number 11 and up into turn number 12. Get up, stand up for your life, race fans. Don't give up the fight. Slater Colby, Marvin Samayoa up here on the front row. Don't count out Stone Colby, Nico Colby, that second row there right on back. Daniel Higgins, Joe Rainey, Paul Newton, Noah Blackwell. Here we go, on the throttle puddle, up and through the gears. Gonna head through the mountain that is up into turns number 1 and 2. Slater Colby, Marvin Samayoa able to get away with the start. So far, so clean. Matter of fact, the whole field single filing out here as we funnel through turns 3 and 4. Nice start there for Slater Colby with a 0.3 of a second gap here early on. Here comes Paul Newton. Noah Blackwell looking around the outside, doesn't quite have it yet. Brian Reyes loose on this race restart. He's going to give up 1, call it 2, maybe even 3 positions up here already. Back up here to the front, Marvin Samayoa continuing to run where he started this race. Here comes Nico Colby. Daniel Higgins follows in pursuit. Joe Rainey, so far our biggest mover tonight, already gaining a spot. Benjamin Forehand follows in suit right there behind. Noah Blackwell, once again, the most aggressive driver I have seen so far here tonight. Once again, fighting down the inside. Double right-hander apex, going to be able to make it stick. Oh, right when I say that, Paul Newton backing around down the outside. Snaking our way down into complete lap number 1, but turn number 11 right here, the long right-hand, kind of Martinsville corner, if you come from NASCAR land there, or if, I guess, road course racing, you call it a long, really a sharp, long right-hand hairpin. It's going to be a great passing opportunity for these drivers. We do have that competition caution, of course, halfway within this race, but if a driver is within striking distance, I think that turn number 11, then coming to complete turn 12, and then the whole lap there, that is a great passing opportunity to make something happen. We're going to work our way back and up through the mountain here at Sonoma. Unfortunately, this place was scanned during NASCAR time, so the hills aren't green. We are working with desert, it looks like here, but man, Nico Colby. Vote for him once again, YouthFleetAthleteOfTheYear.org. Nico Colby, driver of the 16, he's 13. He's going to run a little bit wide as he tries to reel in Stone Colby for that final driver interview spot. Now, I know I say this quite a bit here. iRacing does about simulate every single thing that you can imagine. We got laser scan tracks. We have these cars that are also laser scanned. Physics that cannot be beat, but something that I will say iRacing can improve on is, I think, the elevation changes. Sure, that you can kind of see them there within the camera shots, but it's not ever going to do it justice. I guess that's maybe on TV as well. You're not ever going to get something on justice until you are here, out here on the track. Speaking of here out on the track in real life, Warren Johnson, home racetrack here for the West Coast Sim Racing League owner. I know this driver has quite a bit of real life lap time here, as well as been up here in the stands for the NHRA drag racing event going on just a couple of weeks ago there. Warren Johnson continues to sit where he started this race, driver of the 24, trying to run away from Daniel Parmalee, as right now Daniel Parmalee has Daniel Colby down around the inside. Darren Colby with contact for Warren Johnson, somehow able to save it. What a move that Darren Colby's going to try to play some defense as we head across the start-finish line. Darren Colby might have the helmet of the race here tonight. We've seen that since race 1 of the season. Stormtrooper helmet going on there tonight. And Andreas Profana, he might have the paint scheme of the race, Stam Studio Network designed, as well as vinyl sticker on that rear bumper. Andreas Profana, he's also gained 1 spot since the start of the race. Synchronized spinning, Darren Colby, Daniel Parmalee hard into the outside wall. Oh, no, this isn't ballerina camp here, boys. Get it back there on track. Darren Colby tried to get on the throttle there just a little bit too quick, carried a little bit too much speed. Daniel Parmalee also goes right around with him for Scott Adams driver development. We're only 4.5 minutes down into this race here, ladies and gentlemen, and Marvin Samayo, he has not counted himself out for the race lead at all. Fastest driver in practice, P3 a week ago at VAR here in the GR86 League. Slater Colby goes four-wheeling in the GR86. I didn't think that these slick tires could stick out there in that gravel. Speaking of laser scanned and physics that cannot be beat, you do run in that gravel, and behind you, even more debris and gravel will be deposited onto the racetrack. Whoever runs between that section the next time by, be sure you got your big girl panties on, because it is going to get loose as a caboose rather quickly. Triple Colby action right now. Slater continuing to run in the pole position where he started this race. Stone P3 and Nico P4. Daniel Higgins right now rounding out our top 5. Paul Newton trying to hang on to where he started this race. He's got a hard-charging Benjamin forehand. Looks like Benjamin's clear to take the spot for now. Here comes Brandon Birch, another VehicleBuyers.com machine. Brandon's going to try the crossover down around the inside, barely clear in front of the 27. Paul Newton has to get off the throttle here. Brandon Birch going to say thank you very much. If you're looking to buy, if you're looking to sell, VehicleBuyers.com, Overstock Vehicles, Overstock Vehicle. as well. Brandon Birch, another newer paint scheme here tonight, black and teal machine. Ooh, Brandon's going to run a little wide. He's got that SSN sticker on the rear. You know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. 10 horsepower granted for anybody who runs that SSN sticker. I'm just kidding there. It's Noah Blackwell, so Spicy Agro 018 tries to take it down around the outside of Brandon Birch. Noah Blackwell believe, yep, there you see it, driver up in the top left driver cam. We're on board with him now. Go. That is quite a scent. Oh my God! I think Paul Newton is dead. AMR safety team down here right now. Is he moving? Is he moving? Oh no, he's not. Oh no! Paul Newton down and into pit lane as he tows it. I was just about to say, this has been a great race so far. Not really too much Mario Kart action here, as we've seen all these drivers keep it clean here. Here we're on Paul Newton. You might want to close your eyes here, ladies and gentlemen. Holy God. So unfortunately Joe Rainey gets involved in that incident. So does, obviously Paul Newton, as he goes Mach 2 into the immovable tire barrier there. That's worse than a blue shell right there. I think that is, God, Joe Rainey as well. We're gonna hop on board with see Joe Rainey's point of view. So Joe, he's putting down really good lap times right before this made his way up into P8 here before. He kind of didn't have the qualifying effort he wanted, but he got up on his rear wheels there, looking like a, I don't have an analogy for that one. That is just Mach 2 into another car that is also Mach 2 dead into the water. Slater Colby right now still holding off that hard-charging Marvin Samayoa, commentator that has joined me here recently up in the booth. Marvin also showing us that he can still bring it out here on track, hopping on board with him here, back to well within 0.2 of a second, separating our front two race leaders. Jordan Dopke, welcome in, welcome in. We got MD here still hanging out with us. Terry, we got Milena right there as well. Speaking of right there as well, you can throw a blanket right now over this front running group for the race lead. Slater Colby 0.3 of a second over Marvin. Marvin 0.2 of a second over Stone. Stone, oh, he had it over Nico, as Nico is going to botch that exit there. Nico now unfortunately Oh, that's actually Daniel Higgins. Benjamin Forehand started to look side by side as we headed down and up through the hill once again to 4, 5, and 6. Speaking of side by side, Stone, Marvin Samayoa. Marvin's going to send it a little bit too deep. Here comes Stone around the outside. Okay, it was the outside. We'll switch back to the inside here. Stone says thank you very much. Slater Colby, though, still not able to run away with this battle for the race lead. As there you see, oh man, oh Marvin, what happened to Samayoa there? He lost quite a few spots. I think Marvin went off track. Here's a replay of it here through the chopper cam. Oh, he got contact from Slater Colby's back bumper, but it was no fault of his own, unfortunately there. Sent it a little bit too deep. Around he'll go. Ah, you hate it for him with the pace he was showing in practice as well as qualifying. Here's one more look at it before we get back to the battle for the race lead. It's not a checkup on any means by Slater Colby. I think Marvin just tried to carry a little bit too much speed in there, made contact with Slater Colby's rear bumper. That Stam Studio Network sticker is a lot stronger than it looks. Around it will send Samayoa. Here comes Stone Colby. I have to take note here right now, ladies and gentlemen. The front two drivers are the only two, well, they're not the only two, but compared to Nico Colby right now, that's why I bring it up. Nico's not running that old magic real life vinyl sticker on the rear bumper as we'll hop on board with Daniel Higgins. Nico's got some rock star energy popping for him here tonight. How about Daniel Higgins? He's gained 1 spot, but our driver of the day so far, Benjamin Forehand, sure, he's gained 4 spots, but Brandon Birch, he is still well within this battle for the race lead. Another driver, SSN sticker, rear bumper, vehiclebuyers.com on the side, number 36, gained 6 spots. Will we see this driver continue to put it to the field here tonight after our competition caution? Terry, that's a great question down there live in YouTube land. I think it'll double it up. 10 going to 20. So there you see in front of Stone, Stone's front bumper there. There's 2 little mini ones. I think that'll count. Slater, I don't know if Slater's just starting to mess with them here or what, but really the last lap time there for Slater Colby compared to Stone was a 1:45.6. Stone Colby put down a 1:44.1. There you look at the bottom of your screen. Stone has been faster each lap since lap 2 of the race up until lap number 5, where Slater was able to pull out a little bit of a gap. There, if we compare Stone Colby to Nico Colby, well, lap 2 and lap 6 only was Stone quicker. Here we go, back through turn number 11. Long right hand. I don't know if you got long or short right hand, but anyways, Daniel Higgins here, he's well within this gap. Once again, Daniel just 0.5 of a second. We're going to hop on board him here because this is going up turn 1, the extreme elevation here. iRacing tries to do it, but I don't know. It's you got to get out here on track for yourself. Daniel Higgins has triple call the action out there in front. This is going to be a feat of a lifetime as we continue to rewrite and as well write iRacing history. If Higgins is able to put it to triple Colby action here in the second half of this race, this will be on the highlight reel for ages to view here. Nico Colby works his way up to P3. Stone works his way up to P2. Slater up to P1, right where he started this race about 2 minutes ago to the 7 minutes ago till the competition yellow. Real quick, enjoy the sights and sounds of the racetrack here tonight. These Toyota GR86 engines burning the midnight oil from Sonoma Raceway. Alrighty, slowly, one and only warning, crank this puppy back down. Top 3 battles are starting to heat up, but I'm noticing here on timing and scoring, Christian Gonzalez and Brian Reyes, Andreas Porfana still continuing to battle it out here as we continue to crest our way. About 5 minutes to go till that competition yellow. Man, Brian Reyes, driver out of University, Texas at Austin, number 21, GR86. Oh, what a save there. That's going to present Brian Reyes with an opportunity. Brian down around the outside. Does he have the run? Door quarter. There you go. Nice pass for Reyes. Brian works his way there up to P9. Alrighty, back up here to the race lead. Once again, Slater Colby continuing to hold off the double, or really, it's all triple Colby action. Stone, Nico there, fighting for second and third. Daniel Higgins continues to knock on the rear bumper. Father of the Colby trio. Darren was running top 10 earlier on in the race. During the caution, we'll take a few looks here at a couple of crashes that have occurred, just to make sure we don't miss any. Speaking of passes for the lead, here they come back into turn number, turn 12, heading up into the start-finish line, back into up the hill we go, to Grandma's house we go. Lots of elevation to handle here. We'll hop on board with Nico Colby. How does Nico handle it here? Live driver cams, Slater Colby. I haven't seen Slater blink in 2 to 3 laps now. Look at Stone Colby, cool, calm, and collected. There you see it, Stone Colby continuing to, be within striking distance of Slater. I don't know if Slater continues just to toy with him here tonight, or if he really just can't run away. Slater's gonna run wide. There we saw it last lap by. Brian Reyes made a move down the outside. Slater's gonna run that outside line as he forces it a little too much speed. Door quarter clear for Stone Colby out here up into the race lead. But for how long as these two top drivers continue to battle? Look, here comes Daniel Higgins. Here comes Slater Colby back. This time, I think he sized him up. He says, all right, Stone, I'll give it to you here through turns number 4 and 5. I'll take it right back there through turns number 6. 2 Apex Motor Club drivers, real-life racers going at it here. Well, matter of fact, quite frankly, a lot of these drivers within the race field, I know these top 3 for a matter of fact do compete there for the Apex Motor Club Arizona League. These drivers putting the Stam Studio Network stickers on the front 2 positions here. This is what I mentioned, lap 1 of the race. Stone Colby says thank you very much. Slater runs a little bit wide there out of turn number 11. That is an opposite of a Martinsville NASCAR turn there. You got to get this car slow, rode down to the racetrack. Make sure you have the rotation, get the run off the corner. Look at the suspension going to work here tonight. Look at the suspension, look at the racecraft, look at the driving that is on display here in the West Coast Sim Racing League here. Warren Johnson, you do an excellent job at choosing track and car combinations. Here we go. This is the NASCAR long layout. We're going to cut through that carousel section here. On board is Slater Colby. Slater says, I'm not done here just yet, Stone. Gave away the race lead, only 0.2 of a second back, 2 minutes until that competition caution. Let me know down there in YouTube land below, who takes this for the stage break? Is it going to be Stone, who tries to run away after he very cleanly worked his way down and across Slater Colby? But we continue to see Slater fight, especially down and through the S's section here. I know I'm saying we cut off the carousel section. This NASCAR long layouts, yeah, I do believe we did. So back up here to the top 3 once again. Slater Colby's gonna run a little wide. And another thing that we have to keep in mind here, ladies and gentlemen, the incident count here, I'll have to get that showed in the top left of your screen as we continue to show battles here on the racetrack. There you see it, 4 incidents for our race leader, Daniel Higgins. Thankfully is not gonna send it Mach 2, but we will send it 3 wide, and it's to the start finish line here. We'll settle it back down to 2. Daniel Higgins gonna have a front row view of this battle for P2 here between Nico and Slater Colby. Stone Colby starting to run away with it here. The reason I bring up these incidents here is if they are correct, I believe that incident count is 15 or that 20 incident mark here. So these top 3 drivers, at least the top 2, continuing to keep it clean. But if you're a Nico Colby fan, you got to start kind of keeping this the incident count in the back of your mind. I know we're only halfway through it. You're already halfway through the incidents here. Speaking of halfway through the race, at about 3 turns to go, the competition yellow will fly here tonight. 20 minutes down, 20 minutes to go. That's a 1.8 second gap. Here comes Nico Colby. Could he possibly find this second place spot as we come down and approach the S's section once again? Hard, deep braking zone. Very nice chance to make a pass here. Nico Colby doesn't make it happen. Slater Colby works his way, able to hold off P2. Nico falls back to P4. Daniel Higgins down around the inside. Alrighty, stick with us here, drivers. Now that competition yellow should be flying just a few moments' time. Daniel Higgins works his way to the final driver interview spot. I wouldn't even count Daniel Higgins out of a race win here tonight. All right, so Stone just barely put down Daniel Parmalee, Darren Colby, and Paul Newton all down a lap. So we're gonna get these drivers all slowed down, bunched all back together, and all waved around. We'll be right back with you on Stam Studio Network. Stick with us. My name's Sean Stam up here in the booth.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series.
Sorry.
In officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Alrighty, welcome back here, Stam Studio Network. We got league owner up here in the booth. Warren, how's it going, man?
How we doing, Sean?
Doing all right. So we see you up here, just about fighting up here in well within the top 10, running 8th right now. How's the old GR86 feeling for you from home track, Sonoma Raceway, man?
Really good. I love this track. It's always fun racing here. Kept the temps down on the race, so it feels really good right now. The leaders are struggling with the tires, though, I know. So it's going to be interesting on the restart for them. And then a couple of the guys had to pit, and they got new tires, so we'll be on the lookout for that.
That was my next question. Brian Reyes, Noah Blackwell, both into the pits.
Darren, Joe.
Oh, Darren. Oh, boy. Oh, this is going to be a one to watch here on this race restart. How do you feel as you've worked your way up 3 spots since the start of the race? What's going through your mind on this race restart here?
Just keep it clean. Just keep it clean. It's single file. We got to be careful on the tires, of course, especially coming up the hill. So yeah, just that middle sector is going to be really difficult with the cold tires. That's why I'm just going to be really cautious. Don't want to push, but try to stay within Marvin's draft. But as you know, that's quite hard to do.
Yeah, definitely easier said than done. Well, Warren, keep up the good work here tonight, and as we shift from driver to league owner sort of point of view here tonight, is everything looking okay under the caution? And I think Noah and Brian are still into the pits.
Let Darren by. Yeah, it's looking good. We're fine. Just he waved around Darren, and all the other guys went around. So I think we're looking good. Did you do Joe, or is he on the lead lap?
Showing
Oh, he's on the lead lap.
lap.
He's good. Yeah, he's good. He's good. Okay, cool deal. Yeah, we're good then.
Alrighty, well, anything that you want to shout out here before I let you get going and focus back up into the race? I know we got a young driver here tonight up and in the running for Youth Athlete of the Year, youthathleteoftheyear.org, of course.
Yep. Go vote for him if you haven't already, and maybe he's looking for a win tonight.
Hey, that's the old Nico Colby. Nico's knocking on that race win. Unfortunately, fell back to P4, but how about Daniel Higgins up P3? Warren, I guess I'm gonna let you get going here. I'll do green flag next time by.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but green flag now, and then as long as everybody's caught up, and then just put me back in the Apex chat.
Alrighty, Warren. We appreciate all your hard work, man, and keep it up.
All right, thanks, Sean.
Thank you, Warren. All right, so there you see bottom right side of your screen, brought up the old track map. We're gonna make sure everybody is caught back up to the pack here before we get to green flag racing. So let's check out the old YouTube land here tonight, saying Green Phantom Motorsports, welcome in, welcome in. Hope those new tires end up working for Brian Reyes. I think, I mean, why not just pit and take some new tires, especially there you heard from league owners, sure, the track temps are, they're relatively well here tonight. If you look on the, well, I have to take this one away. Look on the right side of your screen, 74 Fahrenheit track temp, but this is not the newer repaved Sonoma. This is the laser scanned old Sonoma. iRacing hasn't got the chance to update this one yet, so the track temp will feel a bit more like sandpaper than the newly repaved pavement, excuse me. All right, we're gonna have Darren Colby work his way down and try to catch the pack here. I might have to bump this race to 2 laps to go, at least until Darren catches up. This is going to be tight here. There you see in the bottom right side of your screen, that number 15. That's the old Kolbster machine, father of the trio bunch racing here tonight. He's got a long way to go and a short time to get there. Probably looking at least 2 laps to go under caution here. We'll have to see. And I know that I talked about taking a look at some replays under caution. Matter of fact, oh, this is going to be tight here. Okay, real quick, here's a look at Paul Newton's incident. This was going down and through the, coming into turn number 9, 10, 11, and 11, into 11 here, excuse me. That was the one that took out, oh my God, the Mach 2 incident that we saw a replay of earlier, as well as, that's really been the only big incident here tonight. All these others are showing up as just off tracks for these drivers, so let me know down there in YouTube land if you know I'm missing any sort of wreck there, but right now I'm just showing these as off. Every other incident has just been a driver that runs a little bit wide. All right, I think we're gonna have to get this one to 2 to go. I don't think there's any way Darren Colby can get there in time. All right, yep, you saw Stone, he backed them all up there. He's like, all right, I don't know what's going on here. With that late call though, it looks like, yep, the iRacing safety car will stay out. Darren Colby's gonna work his way through the race pack and we will go racing next lap here. Once again, thank you everybody joining in live YouTube land. We got Moonlight Dancer, we got Terry, we got Green Phantom Motorsports, all fans for different race car drivers here tonight. Make sure you let us know who you're rooting for as we'll go green with just about 11 to 12 minutes to go left in this race. Lights are out on the iRacing safety pace car. We'll go green this time by. Alrighty, welcome in once again, Stam Studio Network. My name is Sean Stam. I'm doing it all here tonight, directing, producing, and commentating, but these racers are putting it all, leaving it all out here on the track. Should be, yeah, we'll come to the Jake the Green with just about 9.5 minutes to go left in the race. Real quick, if you're just now joining us, well, first of all, if you're here watching the vertical broadcast here, if you've stumbled across us on YouTube Shorts, make sure you mosey your way on over to the long ways, the horizontal broadcast here. And also, well, if you're already there, make sure you hit that little gear icon in the top right or bottom right of your screen and bump this broadcast up to 1440p. That is the best quality available. It will allow you to see some of the best quality racing here within the West Coast Sim Racing League home track for quite a few of these drivers. We are just a few minutes away from green flag racing. You heard the league owner there, Warren Johnson, talk about it. We will have to keep an eye on this race restart as these tires are cool. There's zero temperature, there's zero pressure in them. Here we go, back up through the gears. Going into turn one, looks like Stone Colby, Slater Colby, Daniel Higgins, Nico Colby all are able to get away with this race restart cleanly. Here comes Brandon Birch, Marvin Samayoa trying to make up valuable time that he lost earlier on in this race. Single file race restart, keeping things a bit more cordial than things would be if they were double. I couldn't imagine. Stone's continuing to run away with the race lead, but runs a little bit wide. Here comes Slater Colby leading the most amount of laps here tonight. Slater's gonna start knocking on that back bumper. How about Daniel Higgins, teal and pink machine, up to P3, continuing to run where he started this race. Back up here in the hornet's nest, you could call it. Christian Gonzalez, Joe Rainey. How about Andreas Profana, all right here, blanket within these 9th, 10th, 11th. You couldn't even, Brian Reyes joining the battle as well. Here we go, side by side. Joe Rainey, Christian Gonzalez, side by side for 2 rows back. Brian Reyes joining the battle as well. Oh no, Andreas sends it through the grass there. Contact with Joe Rainey. He's going to get a little bit of a bump, a little bit of a run. Joe Rainey, no harm, no foul. Looks like a mushroom boost there out of Mario Kart. Next time by through that section of the track, it'll most definitely be a banana peel on the track. Here's Nico Colby, who's running wide. Benjamin Foran takes it, looks around the outside. Here comes Marvin Samayoa. These drivers, will we look 3 wide? We are going to look 3 wide here into turn number 11. Marvin inside. Nico, door, quarter. Nice move there, Marvin. Up to P4, passing 2 drivers in 1 turn, 3 drivers in 1 lap. What a move for Samayoa as Samayoa continues to knock on the rear bumper of Slater. How does this happen here? Excuse me, that's Nico Colby, because I was going to say Slater, he's unfortunately going to drop down to P3 here tonight. There you see front left tire up off the racetrack. It is hard to get grip here, Slater, if your front tire is not even gripping the race surface. With that being said, Slater Colby's going to run wide within that dust and gravel. Marvin Samayoa up to P4. Nico Colby, he'll take away P3. Daniel Higgins up to P2. Real quick, here's a look at how Daniel Higgins got P2 away. Battles continue to fight here. This is within turn number 11. That's Slater, who just, quite frankly, botches the corner apex there. With doing that out of turn number 11, I think the second most important corner here tonight, you really need that speed and momentum off to carry your, well, speed and momentum up and through turn 12. Oh, Andreas Profana is a Formula Drift here tonight. Hang on to a Dynaco machine. He's going to go 4-wheeling it down there in the sand. Try and get it back there out on track. Andreas, holy moly, what a save, as unfortunately Darren Colby and Christian Gonzalez find their way up to P13 and 14. Battles continuing all over the racetrack right here. I'm going to walk you through it from the start 2, well, all the way down there in 15th and 16th, battle for the race lead. Stone Colby, Daniel Higgins. Remember, before this competition caution came out here, ladies and gentlemen, this was a triple Colby action here for the top 3. Stone came away with P2 just a week ago for VIR, continues to keep his top 3 streak alive for the West Coast Sim Racing GR86 League. Stone continuing to lead. Daniel Higgins, here he comes with the head of steam. How about Nico Colby? He's found his way up to P3. Marvin Samayoa is continuing to show the short run speed tonight, as once again, he's made himself up to P4, but now we're starting to see Benjamin Forehand start to look down into the inside. Oh no, Marvin Samayoa losing 2 spots here. Slater Colby and Benjamin Forehand working their way around. Here comes Brandon Birch joining the party as well. Brandon Birch, Warren Johnson, Joe Rainey. How about Noah Blackwell? That's the old spicy, what is his nickname? Spicy Egg Will? I think that says there. Egg roll, there you go, on the bottom left of your screen. Blankets between 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. 0.3 of a second separating our front 2. Who has it? Who takes it here tonight? Milena, Terry, Moonlight, Jordan, let me know down there in YouTube land below. Stone Colby, he's trying to break the draft a little bit. Here comes Daniel Higgins down around the inside. Doesn't quite have it. Oh, I thought we were about to see a remedition of what happened earlier on in the race with, I think that was Paul Newton who sent it there, Mach 2 into the immovable tire barriers. Man, oh man, Daniel Higgins. I don't hate the move though, because right now he continues to test. He continues to try things that doesn't quite know if they're possible here within Sonoma Raceway, coming just a 4 minutes to go within this race. Daniel Higgins, sure, with that send, he drops it down back to 0.7 of a second, but not out of this race by any means. Back here, Marvin Samayoa, Warren Johnson. How about the driver 24 showing up to P6 here tonight after gaining 5 spots? Oh no, Warren, no! Here comes Joe Rainey, Marvin Samayoa taking that spot back. Marvin sits -4 on the race here tonight. Joe Rainey back to where he started this race. Rainey Holmes Racing Machine, B7 driver 17, continues to try and fight for the top 5 spots here tonight. Yes, I will clear Darren Black Flags. Oh my goodness. There, Logan, I see you down there live in the old YouTube land. Clear, Darren, you're clear, buddy. Keep it out on track. Don't you pit this time. Oh, no. What are we doing here, boys? Any more old black flags I gotta clear? Thank you, Jordan, for keeping me up to date with that. It's, goodness gracious. Producing, directing, commentating. So much going on behind the scenes here tonight. I'm trying to glance at every sort of chat I can. Jordan, I appreciate you once again for keeping me up here to date within the race control universe. Back within the racing universe, though, Nico Colby, he's starting to sneak away, surf his way to the final driver interview spot. Slater Colby, after losing out, starting on the front row, pole position sitter all the way, dropping to P4. Here comes VehicleBuyers.com machine Brandon Birch as well. Another really nice battle, man. Warren Johnson, home track hero here tonight. The Burris Engineering Toyota GR86. Number 24, here he comes. Oh, a little bit of contact there on my side. A little bit of Warren showing some nice momentum pace here tonight in the 24. How about Brian Reyes also showing some nice momentum? University of Texas at Austin, number 21, up 4 spots. Unfortunately, since my little last jingle jangle there, Warren Johnson, I think he may have got distracted from the old jingle jangle. He'll drop just about a second behind Noah Blackwell's spicy egg roll. Christian Gonzalez right now, he's trying to put his head in the game here as he starts to fight and hold off a hard-charging Dynaco 95, Andreas Rafana. Andreas is also right where he started this race tonight in the Stam Studio Network Toyota GR86. That's such a cool camera shot there, that last one, because you see we make our way down and off the drag straight away there, or the drag racing strip. If you live anywhere here out and around Sonoma, California, then you were probably here just a couple weeks ago for the NHRA event there. You saw, I think that was one of the world records there for the NHRA time trials. Apologies there if I'm wrong. NASCAR and Tim Suds keep it going there is all I'm rooting for. But anyways, speaking of rooting for, both of these drivers have Stam Studio Network ties within their machines. Marvin Samayoa, man, oh man, Marvin runs it just a little bit wide there for Joe Rainey. Joe will make that pass look easy heading into the reverse Martinsville corner. We're gonna hop on board here with Joe Rainey. Look at that, man, that's all it's gonna take. Thank you very much. Up to P6, Joe Rainey goes. Battle not over yet. Here comes Marvin Samayoa down around, trying the outside, which switches back around into the inside there. Not able to make it happen, but Marvin putting on a show for the cardboard cutout spectators here tonight. So we'll make our way down and through the elevation hungry track once again. Real quick, Stone Colby should be coming to the checkered flag this time tonight. We should be on the white flag if my math is mathing. Daniel Higgins, he is continuing to show us he knows how not only the left turns work within NASCAR world, but also the right-hand turns as well. If you're a Daniel Higgins fan, make sure you join us here tomorrow night from Iowa Speedway in the Bump and Run Cup Series. Make sure you root on Daniel Higgins, as well as next week. Daniel will be fun to watch from Watkins Glen International Raceway in a NASCAR Cup Series car. We've seen Daniel within the road course have the speed, have the momentum. Speaking of having that speed, Nico Colby, he's trying to fight his life off right now for the final driver interview spot over that hard-charging Slater Colby. Big bro trying to might put it down him into P11 here. Does Slater take the inside line? There's a little bit of contact. We're going to trade some paint. Stone Colby's going to take away the checkered flag here tonight. Daniel Higgins will take away P2. Side by side at the stripe. Who's going to get it? Nico Colby. He's going to dive it down to the inside line. That's it. Oh, give it to Nico Colby at the line. Nico Colby, final driver interview spot solidified there. Slater finishing P4, down and around up to P5. Brandon Bursch finds himself tonight. Joe Rainey down and around up to P6. Marvin Samayo, you gotta feel for him here tonight. Started up there in the front, had the pace in qualifying. He'll finish P8. Warren Johnson, Brian Reyes, Benjamin Forehand, Daniel Parmalee, Darren Colby, Christian Gonzalez, Andreas Profana, Paul Newton, Andreas Pranfolk, rounding out our 17 driver field here tonight. What a race, Terry. We see you popping off. Thiago P. De Lima, beautiful X there. Oh my gosh, Thiago. Thiago, unfortunately, we couldn't have you live from, I think that would have been, one of your home tracks as well up here in Sonoma. We will get the bracket challenge here finished next week at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park there between Stone Colby and Thiago P. De Lima. Speaking of Stone, he's going to take away our race win here tonight. Congratulations. Stone bringing away the win with a 1.3 second gap over Daniel Higgins. Nico Colby, P3, final driver interview spot solidified. I say final, but really the final belongs to Warren Johnson, the league owner there tonight. Finishes P9. Slater P4, Brandon Burch P5, Joe Rainey, Marvin Samayoa, Noah Blackwell, Spicy Egg Roll there for njbdesigns.com. Finishes P8. League owner Warren Johnson, 9th. Brian Reyes works his way up to P10 there for Green Phantom Motorsports. Benjamin Forehand, Daniel Parmalee, Darren Colby, father of the triple, it would have been triple Colby action. They're up there in the top 3, but Daniel Higgins gonna ruin the party, respectfully so. I don't blame you there, Daniel. Bring up their P2. Andreas Profana, Paul Newton, and Andreas Pranfolk rounding at the 17 driver field here tonight. We're gonna get the old interview started here. Nico Colby, Stone Colby. I don't even have to introduce myself at this point, I don't think. Sean Stamafera down here with the race winner here in Victory Lane. Stone Colby, how about it, man? You got yourself a copy.
Yes, sir.
Holy moly, man. Race restart, taking it away. Well, not only on the race restart, but earlier on in the race. Some very nice, clean racing there. I don't even think there was any contact there between you and the bro Slater. Bringing it home to checkered flag here tonight. How'd you do it, man?
Yeah, no, it was a good race. I knew I had the speed in qualifying. I just couldn't put that, P1 lap together. But it was fun to come, through the pack, and I was hoping for an all Colby podium, but that like having that happen is like finding a needle in a haystack, I guess. But no, it was a good race, a lot of fun, very clean racing, and yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, I think the only one time here in SSN history we've seen the old triple Colby action up there in the top 3, but like you said, little needle in the haystack action. But you know what else is some needle in the haystack action here, Stone, is the driving and the racing that we saw here tonight. I don't know if it's any different if it was being the old brother there right beside you there, but I don't think, maybe there was trading paint once, but I don't know that you can find your way up into the checkered flag here tonight. Real quick before we let you get going, what was going on through the old head there as you continue to fight it out there, as well as started to run away from Daniel Higgins there in the final laps?
Well, Daniel actually, after the restart, he started to catch me when he made his way around Slater, and I could tell. And so I was trying to just put the hammer down and get a gap, and then I figured I was kind of overdriving the car a little bit. And so I switched up my lines a little bit and just drove a little calmer, and it ended up working out. But no, it was a lot of fun, and yeah, no, like I said, very clean racing, and there was trading paints here every once in a while, but that's the fun part about racing. I don't mind that at all.
Hey, I'm right there with you, Stone. Shoot, even in the old Mazda MX-5, and both in real life as well as the sim here, I mean, that's what you see there. It is racing. There's nothing dirty about it. Stone, real quick, before we let you get going, man, any shout-outs for you?
Absolutely. You, Sean, for broadcasting it as always. Warren for putting on an awesome league. It's a lot of fun. And overstockvehicles.com, vehiclebuyers.com, and all my friends and family watching. And yeah.
Hey, again, Stone, I know I say this every time, but seriously, back behind the scenes there, that's really what keeps me going. I appreciate that, man. And you heard it here from the race leader himself. Vehiclebuyers.com, overstockvehicles.com. If you're looking to buy, if you're looking to sell, hit those very nice guys and gals up there. And congratulations once again, Stone Colby. I'll give you the full authority. Celebrate a little bit too hard here tonight.
I will. I'll try.
Yeah, there you go. Real quick, before Daniel Higgins, I'm just saying this here because we got both driver cams pulled up. Before we get to, oh wait, no, it's, okay, well, Slater's here still with us. Before we get to Daniel Higgins for P2, Slater brought it home P4 here tonight, leading the most amount of laps. Slater, you got yourself a copy here in SSN Victory Lane. What?
No Slater.
No Slater. Okay. Well, real quick here before.
That.
Okay, we do have. Okay, we'll go back in here to order. And Daniel Higgins. Daniel, you got yourself a copy.
Can you hear me?
Hey, loud and clear, man. Apologies there. I was going off something else. Anyways, Daniel, you're gonna bring it on P2. You heard it there from Stone. He started to get a little worried with the pace that he saw you within the last couple of laps. We saw you put it down around the inside a couple of turns there, made it all clean once again here within the West Coast Sim Racing League. Daniel, walk us through your race here tonight within the driver's, or behind the wheel.
Oh, Sean, man, I wanted that win.
Oh, I know you did. Oh.
Yeah, I saw, I think my last P2, I never won here in GR Cup, so it was my best chance, and of course, I think last P2 I had a knocktail. Stone also won, so he's driving really well, and yeah, a couple of the faster guys went out early. Then Nico and Stone and Slater spun out, and I knew it was just between Stone and I. And yeah, I was going real hard at the end. I started to lose some tires, and I had the pace tonight, but just unfortunately couldn't get it done. Same thing as last season. I hit that stupid barrel. Not even there anymore in real life. And I don't know if it gave me a little damage at the end, but it just threw me off my timing. But after that, I knew it was going to take a mistake from Stone, catch him. Yeah, just that one mistake. I don't know. I saw like a slight opening. I had a good run, and I slammed on the brakes and just slid. almost into him. I was glad I didn't hit him. I wasn't trying to hit him or take us out or anything. And I just nicked that barrel and just killed me.
Well, that's two things that aren't up to date here from Sonoma. Not only the track surface, but like you said, those the immovable tire barrels. They would be kind of picture what you see on a street course, just lined with those 3,500 pound concrete blocks there around that whole inside. I'm glad that you bring that up, Daniel. That's a great talking point here as we continue to crest our way up and through the second half of the season. Speaking of crest our way up, you're starting to show yourself up there in the points, having a really nice run. You finished there P8 just a week ago, but having the really nice runs in the GR86 League. Real quick before we let you get going, congrats again on the podium finish P2 here tonight. Who we shouting out to here, man?
Shout out to the Colbys and guys up front, everyone else up front for some clean racing. I had to break up the trio. Yeah, shout out Warren, of course, and you and everyone else for a great league.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Daniel. Have a great rest of your night, man.
You too. Thanks.
All righty, we got probably I think 3 here left tonight. Nico Colby, got yourself a coffee here, man.
Yep.
All righty, congratulations. I know you got probably school coming up here on the mind, but got the priorities at least, I think, tonight, bringing it home, podium finish, fighting it out there with big bro Slater. Man, bringing it home top three spots. What was it like battling side by side, not only between Slater, but a little bit of stone there on the race start and race restart as well?
Yeah, the race start was pretty crazy. It was pretty packed together, and then the restart was the same way. And then me and Daniel were fighting pretty good, and I just tried to get by him. Probably just overdriving the car and just kind of started making pretty big mistakes. Just fell behind.
Well, that's kind of the word of the day here tonight, I think, is just overdrive. I know with this pavement that's not repaved here within the iRacing universe, it's even though that we had pretty immaculate racing conditions here tonight, I think that's probably the 3rd or 4th time we've heard it up here in the booth. Kinda, Nico, what differentiates a track that is newly paved if you know there, a track that's newly paved, separating like a track with Sonoma that's probably 15-20-year-old pavement that you raced on here tonight?
Yeah, I would say it's just it's like very old. It's pretty rough than a newly paved, and it just kills the tires.
Gotta be careful there. Treat the tires like your babies. Don't push it out there too soon. Something that we see, especially within stock car racing here on this track. Speaking of that, Nico, I know you had a little bit of experience, a little bit different layout there within the Bump and Run Cup series. That was a lot of fun to watch. And before we let you get going, anybody who you'd like to shout out here tonight, man?
You always for doing these amazing broadcasts,
Woohoo!
putting out their league, mom, dad, and everyone that watches, everyone that makes it fun in this league.
Hey, you heard it best here. Shout out Nico Colby and shout out all the drivers, because every single one of you make this a lot of fun here up here in the broadcast booth. Congratulations, Nico Colby, on the final podium finishing spots here tonight, and we'll see you in a couple days' time.
Thank you.
Slater Colby, I think we got him here now. Slater, got yourself your coffee, man.
Oh, I'm here.
Alrighty, leader of the most amount of laps here tonight, man, 25. You were duking it out there, unfortunately finishing P4, but kind of walk us through your race briefly, man.
No, yeah, it was good. I had really good pace, and I kind of kept, in the beginning, kind of kept everyone, 0.8 to a second behind me, and felt really good. And then, like everyone else saying, the front just started pushing a lot, and I just felt like I couldn't. I don't know, I just started overdriving the car, and Stone had faster pace than me. He got around me, and then, Nico started having faster pace than me, and so did Daniel, too. Daniel was ripping tonight, and yeah, I just had too many screw-ups. After the competition yellow, I don't know, I struggled. I kind of made my way back up there, and then one mistake, I think, going into turn 3, I hit that curve, and I was either gonna slide it into turn 4 and see what happens, or I was just gonna, you know, biff it. And so I kind of just tried to correct it. And I was 2 incidents away from the black flag, and so I didn't want to risk, you know, pushing it into the dirt and get an incident. So I kind of just held off there. Daniel got around me. So did Nico. Actually, Marvin and Benjamin. So I had to crawl my way up through there, and then yeah, it was just a little bit of a struggle bus. I wish I could have capitalized on getting some points tonight, but everyone drove great, so can't complain.
Struggle bus leaving the station here for Slater Colby, but you'll bring it so P4. One more question here before we let you. I guess 2 more. One was I saw it in the tiny OBS screen. Was that a kitty cat in the background, or was it a little bark dog?
Nope, it was a cat. Actually, I feel like I got a cat hotel right now. I got my brother Stone's cat because he's remodeling his house, and I got 2 of my own. So yeah, it's a little cat.
Love it, man. Me. Give him an extra treat here for me tonight, and congrats again on the P4. Then last question, who all makes it possible for you?
You, of course. The broadcasts are awesome. Everyone loves watching them. Warren for putting on the league, of course. Everybody showing, you know, up constantly. Everybody watching at home. Overstock Vehicles, vehiclebuyers.com, of course. And yeah, Wednesday night we got the Miatas, and then we got West Coast Sim Racing on Thursday. So see everyone at those 2.
All right, appreciate that, Slater, excuse me. Congrats again on the P4, and meow. That'll do it there for the top 4, and one more driver interview before we get this all kicked off and I catch my virtual flight back home. And real quick, shout out the old Real Life Apex Motor Club in Arizona. I think I could be out there to broadcast a real life race here coming up this season. Be sure you stick around for that and stick with those Triple Colby action there. Warren Johnson here, last driver interview for tonight. Warren, got yourself a copy, man.
I'm here, brother. How are you?
All right, I'm doing great, man. Just chatted with you up here in the booth a couple of moments ago. You're going to bring it home P9 here tonight, top 10 finish. What was it like here? I know we mentioned it earlier, but as the race continued to tick onwards, temperature continued to rise. How'd those front tires feel?
Yeah, I mean, exactly what I was afraid of happened. I started just pushing everywhere and super understeery, and I went off and let Marvin and Joe by, which was just killer. And then our new member got around me, and Noah Blackwell, and then I couldn't get past it. It was just too late, and then so it's whatever. But I had a good time. I was up a couple of spots from the start, so it was fun.
Warren, I know that's something that you really advocate here for within the West Coast Sim Racing League, is just having a good time. That's really great to hear that you did do that here tonight, and it sounds to me like everybody else did. I don't even think we'll have anything up within the incidents folder after this race. Real quick though, Warren, congrats again on the P9. Who was shouting out to you, man?
I would just, you know, all the people with the kind words. Thank you to all those people. Thanks to you for broadcasting, of course. Thanks to the Colbys and the Apex guys for always supporting our league, and you know, we like to support their league as well. So if you want to go do some Miata racing, check them out on Wednesdays, and then they do Sunday night races also, just random cars and tracks, and it's always fun over there. Everyone in our league that you know, joins every week and, you know, makes it possible. Thank you for participating, and you know, again, like I always say, it's not possible without you guys. Keep racing with us. So, and then thanks to the YouTube chat, everyone watching the stream. And then if not, you know, if you're not already, go follow us on Instagram, West Coast Sim Racing. Yeah, give us a follow. You know, we try to post some good content from the races, and then that'll comes from the streams again. So thanks to Sean for that. And yeah, I think that's about it, man. Hope everyone has a good night, and we'll see you on Thursday.
Thank you, Warren, for all that you do there behind the scenes. Have a great rest of your night. Before we get going here, live in YouTube chat, looks like Thiago P. de Lima is going to take away the win there for the top fans. Moonlight Dancer coming in a close, well, no, it's not even close. Thiago P. de Lima with 575, I guess XP, YouTube's calling it. Moonlight Dancer coming in second place. Then Terry, she'll bring an OMP3 there tonight in YouTube land, tying
One more
with
thing.
Logan Stanley. What is it, Warren? What you got?
Hey, it's my birthday on Thursday, so y'all better watch the stream. Y'all better be there. I'm racing. So
Hey, happy
y'all
early
better be
birthday,
there.
and goodness gracious, Warren, I appreciate once again all that you do there behind the scenes. And before everybody gets going here, I'm shout out Thiago P. DeLima. He donated a little $9.99 here tonight. Thiago, I'm just now seeing it, man. But hey, I greatly appreciate that. That's what really keeps me going there behind the scenes, as well as Warren, man. Keep it up once again, the hard work, and happy early birthday once again. You better fight the old booty off there. That's West Coast Sim Racing multi-class race.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be fun. Watkins Glen, my favorite track. So.
All right, well, Warren, we appreciate it once again. And Thiago, I'm sorry, man. I'm just now seeing the donation there. I'm gonna have to let you know that I saw that here. I'm gonna start texting you right now. But here are the final race results. There you see them on your screen. I've already gone through them once, twice, almost thrice here, so I'm gonna catch my virtual flights on home. Thank you everybody up here in the top 3. Thank you all the drivers putting on the show here tonight. Thank you, Warren Johnson, best league owner here, West Coast Sim Racing League, Stam Studio Network. My name's Sean Stam. Have a great rest of your night, everybody. Take care.